in black in a stone looks like a person in a meditating position. Yeah. It's really unbelievable, but in ancient China, many emperors, calligraphers, and some poets wrote many articles or poems for praising this work. So here we can also see two poems which were written by two poets of the Qing dynasty. Yeah, they are the rubbings from two tablets. So these two tablets are still in the temple, in this temple. Can you see? So use your imagination, you can find.
The right-hand side.
So the white place, maybe I show you. Yeah. So here, it's better. This place is beard, mustache.
Yeah.
With two eyes above, two eyes, two arms, and two legs crossed. It's a very, very important building just because of the frescoes. Yeah. So this building is named Guanyin, Guanyin Bodhisattva. There's a statue in the middle. So this building is famous for the large-scale Kung Fu frescoes, which was painted in 1828 in the Qing dynasty, 1828. So this part of the fresco is especially important because it's very helpful for the renovation, reconstruction of the three buildings which were damaged in 1928. Yeah. Look at the building in a corner. That's the drum tower. The opposite side, the spare tower. And this building in the middle, the first building, is the Four Heavenly Kings Hall. So those three buildings were all damaged in 1928. So it's very good for the reconstruction. Yeah. So in this part, there are altogether 54 persons, not 54 monks. Because in the first building, the right side, we can find three persons with long pigtails. That means these three guys are not monks. They are officials. So from here we can find the importance of this temple. The emperor paid more attention to this temple. Yeah. And also, if you look carefully, you can find the color of the monk's skin are different. Mainly two colors: red color and white. So here, colors mean characters. So it has something to do with Beijing opera, Peking opera. So if you see an actor with red face, that means this guy is very rough, like a general. If you see a person with a white face, this guy is very kind, like a scholar. Here, the color means this. This one in the middle, he is a very famous abbot. A very famous Kung Fu monk in temple. His name is Jing Zai. We can find his story from a book called Shaolin Records, a book about the whole temple. You can find his name just in a book. Okay, look at this part. So the #1 Kung Fu film of China was made according to three themes of the temple. First is a story from the tablet. The second, this part of the fresco. And the third is about around 2 pages long story about how the monks rescued the prince. Around 2 pages long. So 3 parts make the base of the film. This is a real story happening in the context. And look at the building in the corner. That's the old city wall of Luoyang. The old city wall of Luoyang. And here, altogether, 13 months from the temple. Yeah. Look at the fifth one from the right. The fifth one, you can see one person is down here. They're riding a horse. So that guy is the prince. and later the emperor of the Tang Dynasty. There are mainly three differences between these two parts of the fresco. The first difference is the background of these two parts of the fresco are different. And the background of this part is the entrance of the temple, the front gate. But there is the second building, Tianwang, or heavenly king's park. It's the first difference. The second difference is the monks here are practicing kung fu with weapons, but there, barehanded, nothing in the hand. The third difference is the exercise they are practicing are different. The monks here are practicing 六合拳, 6 harmony boxing, but there, 心意拳, something like heart and mind boxing. And one thing is the same. And that is, if you look carefully, then you can find one person and who is not a monk, but also official, minister from the emperor. The one in the corner with the head. Okay, we have one more building to the temple. And I think I will tell you the information here. Now we have to look there. So the last building upstairs is used to be a fighting or training room for the monks in the past. It's also called 1,000 of Buddha's house. Two names. There are altogether 48 depressions on the floor, in the floor. 48 depressions. The depressions were made by the monks just because of their constantly fighting or training there. So there are altogether 48 footprints. That means at one time, that building can hold 48 monks for fighting. Yeah. But today they don't use that building any longer. It's only for maybe a kung fu film, because that building is very famous. Nearly every Chinese know that footprints. Very, very impressive in China. But the footprints there were not made by 1 or 2 or 48 monks, but by many monks, and also during a long period of time. This the first name, Kung Fu Ha, and second name, 1,000 of Buddha's Ha. Because in that building, we can see also large scale frescoes around the 3 walls in the building. The fresco was painted in Ming Dynasty. That means older than this one. But nobody knows the precise date of the fresco, and also nobody knows the name of the painter. So we can only find the name of the fresco in a northeast corner, later I show you the place. So this fresco is named 500 Arhats, 5 Lohans are paying homage to the harmony. So including the big one or smaller one, altogether 500. It's very vivid, very interesting. Yeah. So many people said the colors of the ahats, of the monks' skin are changeable. At first, the government don't pay more attention to that. So many local people and old monks said, the colors can change. So later, the governor invited several experts to do some research about the fresco. So later they said it's really changeable. So the reason is, so when the painter painted the fresco, he put chemical element lead, LEAD into the color, and LEAD can have a chemical reaction with the oxygen in the air. So color changing. Yeah, very interesting. Because it's 500 arhats. In Chinese, half thousand. So 1,000 Buddhas. So two names for the last building.